Beautification Award is an award given to homeowners who have created beautiful landscapes and gardens on their property. The criteria is for someone to nominate you. And then from there, the committee goes and visits you, the homeowner, assesses your garden, and talks to you about your garden and give you a score. And our scores are based on things like overall effect, color, plant variety, hardscape items, your involvement in the garden itself and the creation of the garden. You know, just the general look of your garden. So each of us will give a score to the homeowner. Those are tallied and winners are determined. There's more than one winner each year. And if you win 3 years in a row, you are provided with a special award, and that you can only win 3 times.
I was very happy to be selected as a winner this year for the Beautification Award. There are so many beautiful gardens in Shelby Township that it's a real honor to be selected and to be in the Hall of Fame. I like having a family-friendly yard where the grandchildren can play without worrying about smashing things. I like the openness and the feeling that it's a little private. In the front yard, I have a low wall to accent the house, and there's some mature trees there, as well as a variety of hosta, which accents the wall, and also some hydrangeas, which are pink because the soil is basic. As you walk around the side, you'll see the arborvitaes. There are 115 arborvitaes along the property line. There are flowers and gardens all along that side. As you walk down, there's an arch that's covered with honeysuckle and clematis and, you know, pots with flowers, whatever, as you enter the yard. Then you come in and you see the oak tree, and under the oak tree, there's a lot of there's hydrangeas, there's hostas, geraniums, and various annuals to add color to the landscape. When you walk around the house, you come into what we call the secret garden. That was named by my grandchildren. It's the secret garden. You come in and the area is about 20 by 40, and in there's Japanese maple, there's elephant ear, there's a number of tropicals that I bring in and out of the house every year, and it's a colorful area, and it's just a very quiet, private area, and behind it are arborvitaes so that you're very isolated, except you can see the pool from that area. So if you want to sit and watch while people are swimming, you can do that in a quiet space. I was a teacher for 32 years. And a mother. My children are grown and I have grandchildren. And those things take a lot of time. You don't know how it's going to turn out until 10 years later or 20 years later. When you plant a garden, you get results that year. You know if you've been successful. And if you're not successful, that's okay. It's not a terrible disaster. So what I like is that I get an immediate reward for my work. And when I clean it all up, it just looks beautiful. And there's it doesn't matter to me what other people think. It's like, if I like it, I'm happy with it. I have learned that it's okay to fail. If you plant something and it doesn't grow, you probably just didn't put the right plant in the right place. I've also learned that plants mature and they will die. And so if you have a plant and you think, oh, I've had this for 20 years and it was so beautiful and now it doesn't look it anymore, it's time to take it out and put in something new, because it has a lifespan, just like you and I have a lifespan. And that was a big learning thing for me, because I thought, for crying out loud, why isn't this thing doing better? It should be doing better. But now I know that things die in your garden. It will happen. You replace them, and that's okay. I get peace when I come out and I see things growing and I see the hand of God and everything as it's growing. And it just makes me feel peaceful, makes me feel like there's hope for the world and next year's another year and things get better. That's what I get, peace.
I was really thrilled and humbled to win a Beautification award. It's something that I've done just for the love of gardening, and to be honored like that was very, very humbling. I have a great love of nature, and I love being outside. I've always enjoyed being outdoors, so I love being outdoors, and April 1st starts, I'm out here mulching and picking plants and thinking about what I want to plant each year. I have always enjoyed natural cottage-style gardens, and that's the look I've been trying to achieve. I don't know if I've achieved it or not, but I've tried. The front of the house, I used to just plant geraniums. I love geraniums, they're red. The red is my favorite color. But then I realized as I was getting older, it was going to get harder and harder for me to keep planting annuals, so I started planting perennials. And I have daisies, black-eyed Susans, phlox, hostas, and I feel like they give such a great pop of color that there's always something blooming all summer long. When I walk into my backyard, I started to realize that we wanted to make the pond area that we have pop, and so we have this great patch of Annabelle hydrangeas that are all white, and when they're finished, my limelight hydrangeas begin blooming at the end of July. So we always have hydrangeas in bloom almost the entire summer long. Towards the back of the yard, we have a very shady area. We have a lot of big trees that we planted, and so we have some hydrangeas mixed in with some shade-loving perennials. And then on our far side, we have mostly pine trees and spruce trees, and we have some low-growing perennials underneath there, but usually I throw in a bunch of annuals like begonias and impatiens to throw some color in there because it's a darker area also. And then underneath our bedroom window, we have, I call it my meadow. I have all different kinds of perennials growing there. Just to have a pop of color all summer long. It starts early in spring, and I have lupines growing in there. I have foxglove, daisies, black-eyed Susans, red-hot poker plants, all kinds of things. Well, my tip would be, don't be afraid to experiment, and don't be afraid to try something new, because everybody tells you what you should plant in your shady area or your sunny area. And I've learned that everybody's backyard or garden area is different, and sometimes things just don't work. Even though they're supposed to work, they just don't work. So don't be afraid to try something. If it fails, at least you tried, and try something else. Don't be afraid to experiment. Nobody's gonna put you down in the book of bad records. You're a bad gardener. It just makes me feel so happy. I can't even begin to tell you how happy it makes me feel. Like today when I walked out, I have butterflies all over the place, and we have hummingbirds back here every day, from usually the end of May until the end of September. And I just love being around. I have chipmunks that come up here, and rabbits that eat my petunias, and I really don't mind it because I enjoy being around nature. And so coming out and doing the planting just makes me feel really, really happy. It's something that's inside of me.
I was so excited to find out that we were recipients of the Beautification Award. I'm very happy. We've worked really hard on it. Mostly I'm truly honored and appreciate that the committee selected our yard as a recipient. Welcome to Mary Lou Court. As you can see from the front of our home, we love yellow, and yellow makes me happy. So we've got a lot of yellow plantings that are in the front of our home. As you come around to the back, the first thing that you'll notice is our gazebo area. We use our gazebo area every evening. We love it. It's comfortable, and it gives me a great view to look out into our expansive backyard. The peony garden is one of my favorites. I love peonies. Peonies are also very sentimental to me because I did carry peonies in my bouquet when I married my husband, Ron. It also has an angel garden that I've dedicated to my little sister who I lost in 2011. There's a lot of hostas that are throughout our backyard, mainly because I like them to be low-lying so that I can see the back of, all the way to the back of our yard. I've added trucks and different tchotchkes throughout. I've got a windmill. I've got a sunflower garden that we created. My husband feeds all the birds, which also feeds the squirrels and the chipmunks. And essentially last year they buried sunflowers all throughout our yard. So a lot of them did end up in our vegetable garden, and we decided this year that we were going to create an actual sunflower garden. So as the squirrels buried and the chipmunks buried all of the sunflower seeds, as they grew, I transplanted them into the actual sunflower garden. So that's what it is today. I added a yellow bench. It's fun and yellow and makes me happy. And it's a great photo op also for our grandkids who have enjoyed sitting on the bench and getting their picture taken with all of the sunflowers. What keeps us motivated is just simply the sheer beauty of it. We do use our yard, we love it, it's so beautiful. The wow factor is awesome when people come to our home. It's totally unexpected. They round the corner and they're like, oh my goodness, we had no idea this was back here. But we use our yard daily, and I love the look of it. I like matching, I love color, and you can see that throughout our yard. The biggest tip that I would give to anybody is really stay on top of it. You really need to maintain it, otherwise it gets out of control. But plant what you love, and then you'll always enjoy being out there because you've got things in your garden that truly make you happy. What I receive out of our yard is really just a lot of happiness. It's beautiful, it's comfortable, and it's so zen. It's very relaxing. I sit in our gazebo every evening and look out into the beautiful yard, and it just really helps calm me and centers me, and it's very zen for me.